Previously on Breaking Point.
Aiden thinks it's his fault that you're retiring. I'm not retiring because of you.
Everyone says...
I'm not retiring because of you.
Everyone says...
Everyone's an idiot.
You haven't driven like this in ages. You're out there having a great time. You're raking in the points, but you're doing your moody face.
I'm not doing my moody face.
You've gone soft, haven't you?
I knew you'd make fun of me.
You want to make the F1 world a better place before you retire. You want to help the team, help Aiden, your own career be damned.
And what if I did?
So Casper Ackerman does have a heart after all. I'll alert the media.
Well, Ferrari have a seat coming up next season. Some say they might even sign him. That is his dream.
And you think you could help?
I honestly don't know.
Well, Casper Ackerman, the old man, has gone soft. Chapter number 13, with an impressive run of form behind him and renewed focus. Casper Ackerman and Alfa Romeo are hoping that they can continue to build on the performance as they head to the Russian Grand Prix in Sochi and into the final third of the 2021 calendar. 1 month later, and potentially bridges have been rebuilt between Aiden Jackson and Casper Ackerman.
Brian.
Cass, can you head back to the data center quickly?
What's the issue?
The team are just finishing up going over the data from P3. They want to confirm some aspects of the tyre strategy with you.
It's a bit late for that, isn't it?
We won't do anything you're not comfortable with.
Okay, let me just finish up here.
We'll be waiting, whenever you're ready.
Thanks, Brian.
And you can certainly tell the mood in the team is a little bit nicer there. You know, I feel like before, maybe the team would have changed settings for us without asking us like that, with Brian calling us. Whereas that, it was quite, comforting, reassuring. So it feels like the team is now fully behind us and Aiden after we kind of squashed that beef. Obviously, us playing as Casper, we've had a renewed uptick in performance. There's still talks of our retirement, and we're getting constant emails about will we go into broadcasting and things like that. All the things you have to think about as an outgoing driver potentially. And then our wife just, reminding us that, it'd be a good idea to help Aiden if we can. And so along with performing for the team, that's maybe what we're going to see in today's episode, in this chapter, maybe chapter 13. With a few laps remaining, Ackerman has found his Alfa Romeo outperforming many of the cars on the grid. An alternate tyre strategy appears to put Ackerman in the perfect position to challenge for an even greater finishing position and even a chance at the fastest lap. We join mid-race at the Russian Grand Prix.
Casper, we think you can push for the fastest lap.
Not now.
Yep, we're in a strong position. See what you can do.
No problem.
So it looks like we've been chucked straight into the deep end as we overtake the Aston Martin as we get sent on our merry way. Lap number 9. And it's, the objective of setting the fast lap of the Grand Prix and also finishing in the top 10. We're on the soft compound tyre, everyone else on the medium and the hard. So we're definitely going to be one of the fastest guys on circuit, obviously with this improved Alfa Romeo in this alternative F1 universe. So catching up to George Russell, then we're in P13 at the moment, looking for a very cheeky move on the outside there as we kind of let the car roll through and take the natural racing line to the inside to get the Williams car. And then we've got the Haas getting out of the way of Schumacher under blue flags, but already looking good. Purple first sector, 2 greens, not quite the fast lap yet, but there we go. Lap number 11, there is purple, and now we're catching up to the likes of Pierre Gasly and Esteban Ocon up the road in the AlphaTauri and Alpine respectively. And these 2 places would be for the objective, to be fair, so we can get that done in one foul. So it would be good. Dive bomb into turn 2, and we get Gasly with ease, and then chasing off to Ocon now. We've got a little bit of ERS to you, 26% there, so we have to be careful, use it at the right times on the back straight. Probably going to save it until then. Lock up on the front right, trying to get the nose turned in. First time driving Russia on this game. It's still as terrible as ever, but finding good speed in the Alfa Romeos. We're clearly faster than Ocon, gaining every corner. Can't quite make a move here. Ocon really slow, like a mobile chicane almost through that right-hander. Down the inside we go. He's on the hard compound tyre. We're on the softs. and so it's an easy overtake, and now we can chase after. Well, look at who it is up the road. Devon Butler. If we could catch up to Butler, that would be kind of sick, but unfortunately lap 13 just don't quite have the overwhelming pace to catch Devon. He's on the soft tire himself, so we couldn't quite get Devon Butler, but we got the objective. P10 in the bag, fast lap of the Grand Prix. Short and sweet experience here at Russia, but I think that's because there's definitely more to come from this upcoming chapter. But, you know, we've seen Butler a few times on track now, saw him last episode as well. I think, you know, slowly, as the bridges are being built between myself and Aiden, we have to maybe start to question what Devon Butler's played in all of this. What role has he played in potentially myself and Aiden fighting each other? You got to remember, Butler said something to both me and Aiden at different points of this story.
That's quite some achievement for Alfa Romeo's Casper Ackermann, getting the fastest lap out.
Yeah, it's not often that you see any team outside of the top 3 pick up that extra point. Alfa Romeo went with what looked like an aggressive tyre strategy, but it paid off for them. Incredible, really.
Alfa Romeo now very much in the mix for a strong midfield finish this season. And who knows, they might even be eyeing up 4th place. They'll be delighted.
The drivers are en route to the podium as we speak. What a fantastic win for the Red Bull team. They performed exceptionally today, keeping us firmly on the edge of our seats throughout the entirety of the race. Congratulations to everyone at the team.
Hey, Zoe.
Hey, everyone's talking about the team dinner. We're still going, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, come on, Cass. You'll miss these things when they're gone.
We'll see.
Why did I marry such a miserable man?
Because he makes up for it with his charm.
That's not what I heard.
Yeah, well, don't believe everything you hear in the news.
What are you up to?
Just emails and stuff.
Okay. I think I'll head back to the hotel.
I'll see you there.
Bye.
I can confirm Casper has seemed like a very miserable man up till now. He's had a few little redeeming features and moments in the last couple of episodes, but you got to admit, for most of the story, he definitely has been a bit of a miserable git. But yeah, great performance from us great performance from us at Russia to turn things around, the alternative strategy. And now we've got a team dinner, you know, a time to celebrate what the team's done, try and build morale for the end of this season, and maybe, just maybe, a point of the story where we can try and bury the hatchet with Aiden once and for all. Because we go to the end of Chapter 13, where another successful race weekend behind them. The team at Alfa Romeo hold their annual team dinner the following evening after Russia.
I'd like to congratulate you all on a superb performance so far. There's still a lot of work to do, but give yourselves a round of applause. You've been wonderful. Well, I'm sure you've all heard by now, but, well, this will be Casper's last season as an F1 driver. And if you get the chance, then please do your very best to change his mind. I'm only kidding, Casper. You will be missed. Anyway, I'll stop talking for once. Have a wonderful evening, and let's push for 4th! Look, I know how this works. I've been around long enough. I'm just saying, you have a future here. I've seen a lot of drivers come and go in my time, but you're special, Aiden. You've got the makings of a true great. I mean it. Casper!
Hey.
Where's Zoe?
Oh, she's around somewhere. She loves these things.
Oh, and you don't? Mind if we join you?
I'll be my guest.
Come on, Aiden. Sit. Why didn't it work out between you two?
Brian, I'd rather not discuss.
I don't care what you'd rather, Aiden. Casper's leaving us, and I know that your agent's been talking to other teams. This could be the last chance the three of us get to chat like this. Who knows? We may not even see each other again after Abu Dhabi. So come on. What's the deal?
Listen, I just want to have a nice evening.
He's on more money than me.
What?
Ah, hence the frosty reception.
Everybody started talking about my age. Just wanted to prove myself. Prove that I was better than the next flavor of the month. This was not about you, Aiden. I don't know.
What about you?
He didn't want me on the team.
Didn't I?
You wanted Ricardo instead.
And you thought I was past my best.
What? But that's not true. You're having an amazing season.
Could you verify that number for me?
That's right.
And that's the contracted amount, yes?
Yeah.
Do you mind if we show him? You two are a couple of chumps, do you know that? And you should know better.
I don't understand.
No, but he does. It would be funny if it wasn't so tragic. I wonder how many points all this has cost us. Well, I'll leave you to it. You can apologise to me later.
I don't understand.
I'm an idiot.
Why?
Paddock gossip.
So none of this is true?
There's always gossip in the paddock. And ever since he's arrived, there's been one man at the center of it all.
Who?
The man who told me pre-season last year that you signed a better deal. The man who said you thought that I was too old. And that would be the same man who told you I didn't want you signed.
Butler?
And I believed him. How could I be so stupid?
You're not stupid, Casper.
I didn't think he had this in him.
Why would he bother?
Look at all the mess he's caused. The crash last year, the fight in Canada. And how much easier has he had it because of all of that?
What can we do?
Beat him.
Yeah, boy, it's go time. Okay, tag team. This is the part where in a movie where we all come together, you know, shake hands, and we're going to work as a team to defeat the real bad guy, the real villain of this whole story, Devon frickin' Butler. Chapter 14 then, with the team's chance of 4th place finish in the Constructors' Championship still alive, and with their fractious relationship now behind them, the Alfa Romeo teammates are determined to show the motorsport world what they can really do. 2 weeks later, the Japanese Grand Prix.
Hey.
Hey.
How are you finding it out there today?
Tough. We're overheating the tyres a little through the S's.
Yeah, happens. Do you mind if I join you for a moment?
Please.
They want us to push for 4th.
You think AlphaTauri are catchable?
Maybe. Butler's having a good season. He claims he's been approached by Ferrari.
I heard. He is the more experienced driver. I think the seat goes to him.
You said it had always been your dream to drive for them. Is that true?
Yeah. It is.
Okay, I'm going to give you space out there. I'm sorry I didn't do that before.
I'm sorry too.
I want us to push for 4th. I want us to beat Butler. And I want that seat to go to you.
Thanks, Casper. I don't know how we make that happen, but thanks.
Well, we work together. Help each other out, that's all we can do.
Then let's do that.
Yeah. We've adjusted the camber. Seems to help manage the tire temperatures a bit better.
Yeah?
I'll get them to share my setup data with you. Just see how it feels out there.
Thank you, Casper.
Truce.
Truce.
Aiden.
Casper, hey, have you got a moment?
Yeah, of course.
That camber adjustment really helped. I guess I just wanted to thank you.
Not a problem. Those tires in a better range now?
Much more manageable. Thanks.
Well, those milliseconds all add up.
Brian says we can catch AlphaTauri.
Brian says a lot of things. Just focus on the next race.
Thanks, Casper.
I'll see you trackside.
See, this is what we love to see. This is what we love to see, and this is what we didn't think we were going to see from the start of where we were at the start of this Breaking Point storyline. How contentious and kind of how tense things were with Aiden Casper. To now see them working together, the old man giving the youngster some tips here to bring both of them up to take the fight to AlphaTauri and our other midfield rivals. It's good to see. It's good to see. And now we're heading to the Japanese Grand Prix. Because with several laps remaining, Ackerman sets his sights on both AlphaTauri drivers in an effort to snatch some much needed points for their championship rivals. We join mid-race at the Japanese Grand Prix.
We're seeing both Butler and Gasly's lap times increasing.
I still have time to catch them.
Roger, we're on fresher tyres than they are. Push, push. Let's put the pressure on.
Yeah, copy.
Let's bloody have it. Let's bloody have it. We're here at the Japanese Grand Prix, lap 6 out of 13, and the objective is pretty simple. Beat both AlphaTauri drivers. That's Devon Butler, and it's quite poetic in a way how the other one is Pierre Gasly. So we've got Ackerman and Jackson's main rivals in this storyline, Butler, and then you've got my kind of historic little sort of folklore rival in Pierre Gasly on the F1 games. They're both in the same team. We both, you know, all three of us want to smash those two drivers, and so that's the objective, to beat both AlphaTauri guys in this race. We're trying to go around the outside of sight at the moment. Spoon curves doesn't quite work out for us there through the left-hander. Instead, have to wait to the exit, deploying a lot of ERS down towards 130R, up into P13, looking to get Ricardo. Ideally, if we can try and dive bomb him into this chicane, that would be ideal, because then we've got a lot of clean air to chase after Gasly. There we go. It's a very late lunge, and we just about get the nose turned in and up into P12, and there we are then, 2.3 the gap to Gasly, and that's what a chase after. And then after him, it's Devon Butler and points paying positions, and I think we've got Jackson also in the mix somewhere in this race. I don't think he's actually pit yet in this Grand Prix, because I can see him up the road on the minimap, so I think he's going to join our battle maybe a little bit later. But right now we're catching up to our first AlphaTauri rival, Pierre Gasly, my main game rival over the years in the F1 game. You guys know the history from F1 My Driver and such. And round the outside we go of Pierre, and we're up into P11 now, and Jackson has come in on this lap. So like I said, he might be coming out quite close to us. So this is going to be Alfa Romeo v AlphaTauri, both of us facing these guys. We're now going with the move on Butler. He goes a bit defensive, but here we go to the inside, and there's some contact made, and we push him wide, and Jackson comes out just ahead of us then. So we're both ahead of the AlphaTauris. We've done what we need to do, but will Butler come back at us as we enter sector 1 a little bit slow with some understeer kicking in? Butler sends his nose in down the inside, bit of a twitch on the rear, and Devon Butler is out of the Grand Prix. We've taken out Devon Butler. He tried to go for the cheeky dive, but it was too much. What was he doing there? And it's just very awkward indeed, but we've taken him out. I didn't mean to, but we've taken out Devon Butler. We're very aggressive with our move on him. Ironically, though, it's his attacking move that takes him out this one, and he spins out in your face, mate. That's absolute karma, if you ask me personally. And so we can just cruise up to the back of Jackson, trying to get some more points for us personally, driving as Casper, but P9 and P10 points ahead of Gasly, way ahead of Butler now. It's all coming up Alfa Romeo, it's all coming up Ackerman and Jackson right now. We may have the job done, but we're going to continue to push on. We've still got a couple of laps left in this Grand Prix. Jackson goes a bit defensive, but we're going to overtake him with ease with DRS and get up into P9. And we're going to go forth and be the team leader that we have once again become as we chase after Fernando Alonso and Lance Stroll and the Aston Martin and Alpine, respectively. Big dive bomb on Alonso there. Neutral for a bit into the hairpin, but no contact contact made with Fernando Alonso, and a nice little squabble with him. We're used to that for the My Team series, to be fair, but on the outside, just before Spoon curves, up into P8, and now we can chase after Lance Stroll. And then, what I think I'm going to try and do is slow these two up, play a bit of the team game maybe, and try and get Jackson a bit more in the points, because every little point's going to help. And we're going to fly past Lance Stroll on lap number 11, DRS open, bit of ERS deployment, but not even that much really to get past him, and then into the first corner, nice and easy, and then try and back him up into Jackson. And that's exactly what we do, because then onto the last lap of the Grand Prix, Sergio Perez is going to win this one for Red Bull Racing. We're in P7 and Jackson is up into P8. There's not a Gasly or Butler in sight. Absolutely amazing. You do love to see it. I'm still taken aback, but I didn't mean to do that. I didn't plan on taking out Butler in that kind of way. Oh, I thought we were going to do it at turn 1 whilst we overtook him, but instead it was Butler being over-aggressive with his move in a place where you hardly make an overtake work really like that from that far back. And he takes himself out, basically. You love to see it.
Another action-packed Japanese Grand Prix comes to an end. And what a magnificent drive to take the win here today. Alfa Romeo continue to put the pressure on AlphaTauri. That gap might still be a little too big to close, but for Alfa Romeo, it's very much game on.
Yeah, when I think back even just a couple of months, Crofty, I didn't have Alfa Romeo pegged to be competing with AlphaTauri. Both Jackson and Ackerman performing at their absolute best out there today.
Well, they certainly were, and no sign of any disputes on or off track between the pair of them. Might they have put their differences behind them?
Here come today's winners. The team at Red Bull have done a phenomenal job recently. It's clear to see that they've put in the work, and they should be proud of the victory they secured here.
Good day today. Let's have your take on it. Solid performance out there today, Casper. You must be pleased.
Yeah, the competition, it feels like it's been fiercer than ever this season. Obviously, you know, Aiden's been pushing us, but now together as a unit, we're coming together to battle back against the main rivals, AlphaTauri.
Yeah, the competition feels like it's fiercer than ever this season. And the team is working really hard to keep up, so we're grateful for every point we earn.
Those points bring you a little bit closer to AlphaTauri. Is that something you're particularly focused on during the race?
Absolutely. That's what we're focused on. That's what we've been building towards. And even more so when you've got the man Butler. That's a target that we want to beat.
Absolutely. We're into the business end of the season now, and we want to climb as many places as we can. Right now, that means catching AlphaTauri. So, anytime we can put the pressure on a little, that's good for us.
We asked Devon Butler a similar question. He said, and I quote, "Alfa Romeo are a bit of a shambles. I don't think they're catching us anytime soon." What's your response to that?
Is this man okay? Is this man serious? He took himself out just now. This man is scared.
Sounds to me like the words of a man running scared.
Thank you for your time.
Devon, if I see you in the paddock, it's over. On site. No cap. It's over, lad. It's over, okay? Don't catch me at Abu Dhabi. If I see you, dunzo, dunzo. And that is the end of a very fiery episode and next 2 chapters. Next time out is the big one. The final episode and the final 2 chapters. Guys, if you did enjoy this one, hit that like button. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. If you're around here, then do subscribe for weekly Formula 1 content. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.